Crooked Culprits Podcast.
Crooked Culprits.
All right.
Right. Let's
And
fucking
welcome
go.
back, baby.
Yes, welcome.
Crooked Culprits Podcast. First session here with the new working title. Officially, we're going to be going back and editing all those other videos. So by now you would have already known about this. But
Yes.
this is we had a different working title going for the first 4 episodes, and that was apparently taken. The previous title, as we would call it. So
I didn't do my research very well.
we did not. We got excited about the
previous
the
name.
previous Venjuvities of the name. Yes. But I think Crooked Culprits is good. We sit there. I think it's very original.
Yeah.
It feels cool. It feels in the pocket.
Yeah.
I think
we got these nice new mics too to go with it.
That's right.
Yeah,
New,
now
starting
look a little more professional.
Starting a little bit of a more professional end on the podcast.
Yeah.
Keep everything a little more high quality, a little more HQ. So not bad things for sure.
No, not at all.
Yeah, very nice. So
Pretty good.
That was some good Chinese food we had there.
It was. Oh my god.
Good
Fucking
little
garlic
segue.
chicken.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
Oh my gosh, the spice.
Poo poo platter. Come
Yeah.
on. The ticket, I'll tell you.
I don't like poo poo that much. Like it's just
You like it when it's on your chest, just not in a dish.
more on my bed. Like
Right.
a nice thin
Rather than
turd.
like a dirty Sanchez, more like an Amber Turd. kind of
Exactly.
situation.
Yeah, 100%.
You don't want to know
Absolutely.
about it. You just want to be like, I'm going to go get her pancakes in the morning, and you go downstairs to do pancakes. You go up when she left, and there's a nice freshie left for you.
Yeah, I want
brown
to
brown.
not be sure whether it's the dog that's like 2 inches tall or like a human turd. Like I really want to be, mystified. Yeah, exactly.
I like it.
Mystified.
That's very good.
That's the right word for it. Mystified. Whose turd is this?
Today on Turd Quest.
See, that should have been our name. No, that's for our third episode.
That's when we do stuff with our good buddy Lachlan in
Turd
Australia.
Quest.
That's
That-
Turdcast.
Turdcast, right.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know, Turd Quest. Like, I
Turd
don't-
Quest sounds like more that'll be the video game section.
Oh, right,
That'll be when we
yeah.
play with Turd on GTA or
Okay,
something.
all right.
Yeah,
Turd Quest.
Yeah, which he's very excited for, by the way.
Yeah,
you know?
no, I loved
He,
having him on.
He just came into a lot more time himself there.
Oh
know?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
it sounds
Poor
like
poor dude.
Yeah, it's all right. you
Yeah,
know?
better to get rid of it.
Yeah, it's always good to cleanse things weighing you down.
Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
Good time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, moving into the next thing there, we had some good Chinese food,
yeah.
and that was excellent. So I thought a good first maneuver here might be to start looking into these fortune cookies we got.
Hey, wait, that one's mine.
I don't know.
Tell me, fortune cookie.
It does feel like yours.
Oh,
It
yeah?
doesn't feel right.
Okay, all right.
I don't like how mine's already shitting it out.
Okay, well, yeah,
56. I already know one of my lucky numbers.
56 is a good number. That kind of sounds like more of a number for me, though.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
All
All right, here we go. We're
All
going
right.
in.
Ooh,
What do we got here?
get the nice rustling sound and the.
Yeah, beautiful.
All right, God, I love these. I
Right.
can't imagine like people who don't like the cookie part. Like
My rule for the cookie is you only eat it if you want that fortune to come true. So if it says, you gotta
okay.
fuck your dad, I wouldn't eat it. PSA for everybody out there, don't fuck your dad if the fortune cookie says so.
I'd fuck my dad, but at least he'd be alive.
Fuck them all to death. All right, here we go. A human being is a deciding being.
All
What
right.
does that mean?
It means that human beings decide if they're a human being or not.
That pretty much makes no sense, but sure, why not?
Mine's pretty good. It's be considerate of your teachers, which, you know, it is good to be considerate of your teachers. They work hard.
Yeah.
You know, they deserve it.
Don't shit on the apple you give your teacher.
Exactly.
That's
exactly. Don't
This
fuck
has
your
been Tony's
teachers
tips.
either. That's bad too.
Yeah. Fuck them on to death.
Nice. Well, those weren't too bad. I got learn Chinese beverage drink. Yin Liao.
Shit.
Yeah.
What's mine?
Yin Liao.
Yo, I got the same one. What the fuck is that? Yin Liao. What's your lucky numbers?
16, 5, 13.
No, all right. You got different lucky
Okay.
numbers.
Okay, good.
Mine was like 39, 43, 44.
Nice. All right. Well, that's good. At least we got different numbers.
Very suspicious.
Yeah.
Very suspicious, and we're on to you, fucking Chinese, fortune company. We're on to you. So, you ever go to a Chinese restaurant and they have the joke ones, like the little the gag ones that are like say some sexual thing or something, you know?
Mm-hmm. I've had a joke in one of them, but I've never had it be sexual. That sounds great.
That's funny.
I want a sexual fortune cookie.
Yeah, man.
Dude, maybe we should get them to like
exorbitant.
supply us with fortunes. We could just make it like a podcast thing. We
Right.
could just get like a fortune cookie every. Dude, I'd love that. That'd be awesome. All right, if you hear that, fortune cookie people, we'll take it.
Yeah. We want that fortune cookie sponsorship. We want that fortune cookie money. We want that good shit, that real shit. Nothing less than the best from my chest. That's what I tell all the ladies. All right, yeah, and then while we were at the Chinese restaurant ordering the food, I remember you were breaking chairs and walking through doors and not opening doors.
I wasn't opening. So I drove.
Let's start with the door.
Yeah. So
we get there.
We got there and we both got out, and I'm the one who obviously checks the door because, you know, that's who I am.
You send your Jews in first.
Exactly.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah,
Send your J's in first.
Always.
They're like canaries.
Yeah, exactly.
How's the air in there?
Hey, is it safe?
Does it smell gassy in there? All right. I'm coming in.
Yeah, so I pushed the door, and, you know, they have this giant neon sign that says open, and I pushed the door, and it doesn't move. And so I'm like, damn.
He's like, we're shit out of luck.
Yeah, we're shit out of luck. I think they're closed. And so we get back in the car, and we start to drive, and I'm like, you know, fuck. Like, I need to go check it again just for, you know, my sanity. So I park in front again, and I get out, I go, and I pull the door, and, you know, it opens. So that was awesome. That felt really good.
Very skillful.
Yeah, and then so we get in, we say hi, we order, and I go to sit down on a chair.
Sean's flirting with all the females, and as he goes to smoothly, like, lean on the chair, we just hear it. He breaks it, and the girl's like, "Oh my god!" And
yeah,
what an experience.
Yeah,
very good.
The Chinese person wasn't very happy about it.
Yeah, no soup for you.
No soup for you.
So
that wasn't very good at all.
Very good.
Yeah. So I'm good at not going through doors and breaking chairs. It seems
that's an excellent talent.
It's it's just who I am.
Beautiful.
It's what I'm good at: breaking hearts, breaking chairs.
And so. Yeah, man. DP. Ooh.
Yeah, no, not that one. Yeah, just beep. Cut that one out.
Yeah. Yeah. The new name, Crooked Culprits Podcast, going forward with that, and definitely feeling good about that. You know, so I think that's
not too bad.
A good rebranding for the deal, and you know, so for all the previous episodes that will have already been aired, the first 4. Every time we go in to say the wrong name of the previous podcast, you're gonna hear
Crooked Culprits Podcast.
Yeah.
More than likely, we'll end up just putting a cool dub over it or something. You know,
Yeah.
Crooked Culprits. Brah.
I kind of like that. I dig that.
You know, yeah, I think it'd be cool to do something like that on every audio clip and go through every time we say it. You know, that way it's got like a sort of a funny thing and it doesn't have to be some weird random beep, you know, in the middle of it. You know,
I think people would like the weird random beep.
Maybe.
Just a really loud, really just high pitched random beep for like
in their
for
ear.
like 4. Yeah, exactly. I think people would love that. That sounds like the perfect thing to do.
Yeah, we had a couple interesting names we were thinking of there. Well, one thing was we were thinking of going off of a Goodfellas kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then maybe doing like Bad Fellas, but it looked like that one was taken. So
we did our research this time.
That's right. And so we were thinking maybe like Rotten Fellas, Poor Fellas, you know, something in that range. But it just, you know, I feel like the further you get away from the good bad thing, it doesn't really work anymore.
Yeah, it was a good movie, but
if it was a TikTok specific thing, you know, it takes two to talk.
It takes two to talk. I did dig that one, but yeah, it's not trying to talk. You know,
yeah,
we're not ticked-hearted.
Matzo balls and the meatball.
Yeah.
Too many balls.
Too many balls.
Too many balls.
I mean, we already have 4, so
the meat and the matzo, not bad, but it's
matzo.
too stupid, I think.
Meat the matzo.
Yeah.
Or matzo meat.
That's right.
Just, you know.
One I did like was Doogie and the Hoff.
Doogie and the Hoff was pretty good.
Doogie and the Hoff, you know. That'll be that's for sure your alias. The Doogie.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Dude, that's what all my one of my teachers called me something that was like an actual animal. It was
really,
yeah. It was. Oh man, I'm gonna have to Google. I don't fucking remember.
It was one of them Jewish bears,
right? Yeah, it was a Jewish bear.
A Juju bear.
No, it was like a sea animal.
A little semen.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. It was a little seaman.
Hey. Nothing wrong with a little semen, am I right, ladies? All right.
Nothing wrong
am
with
I
it.
right?
Nothing wrong with it.
And then
yeah,
we were also thinking of Super Jew and the Dude.
Yeah.
But we thought that was you know, we thought we'd get too much flack for this, even saying the word Jew, even though you are Jewish. A proud Jew.
Proud Jew.
And that leads us into our next fucking segue. Jew is not a bad word.
It's not.
Fuck that shit. You know, as two people who qualify, you know, he's actually Jewish and I have the Jewish blood down the mother's side as it works in Jew culture. Look it up. You know, so, you know, point is I think, you know, we it's our thing to say. It's our word. That's our word. You can't say it.
Yeah.
But no, it's not true. It's a Jew is not a derogatory term. Now, of course, you can use you could use Asian as a bad word. You can be like, damn Asians is the same thing as damn Jews. It's a group of people. It's not a slur. It seems like an insult to the Jewish culture and religion.
It shouldn't be.
No, it seems like an insult to the religion and culture to be offended by it. You're saying that's like, you know, if your name was Dave and they're like, Dave, oh, you know, don't say Dave. You're like, that's my name. What the fuck are you talking about?
What the fuck are you talking about?
But, you know, Super Jew and the Dude, you know, it's a pretty good one, but we'll, you know.
Well, I'll scratch that.
Yeah, I'll scratch that for now. But
I just don't get it. Like the PC, like it's just
that's too much.
It's so dumb. Yeah, like Jew, like, and you could say it in like, you know, if you're like, I don't know, you're a stupid fucking Jew or something. Like that would be bad. Like that's a derogatory
in the way that you could use any race of anyone.
Yeah, like
you know what I mean?
You're
like
not you're not good at math, you stupid Asian or something like that.
Or something, you know, you know. Yeah, blah 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 in the money, Jew. That was Kanye. It was Kanye.
Exactly. It was Kanye. Kanye, fuck you.
It's Cupid Yee.
It's Cupid Yee.
Oh my God, South Park coming in hot with that episode.
Dude, South Park, I
so
love you.
Fucking good. Yeah, that was beautiful. He hasn't seen a ton of South Park, but enough to make it work. And yeah, well, we were both big.
I'm saying she a gold. She ain't messing with no broke Jew. That was so good. I love that. Man. Funny.
Yeah, no, that was too much. I ain't saying she a gold digger. She ain't messing with no broke Jew. Oh,
see,
classic.
if we really did run Hollywood, I'd be able to do God of War.
That's
It'd
what
be
I'm
easy.
saying. Yeah,
it'd be easy.
So
they would have just had to let me do it because I'm Jewish and we run it. So like, obviously we don't because I can't do God of War.
So you don't run Hollywood, right?
I mean, sections of it.
Well,
I can't tell you that legally though.
well,
So
if he doesn't run, you don't run Hollywood. That's okay. But just in case, I've got this script that I've been writing.
Oh, cool.
And I'm not saying you run Hollywood, but like, just in case.
Just
you know
in
what
case.
I'm saying?
Dude, no, I'll get it to my agent and
in case they need me for these roles.
Yeah, no, totally. No, beautiful.
Sexy hairy man.
Exactly. Yes,
looks like a member of the bear community.
You're unbearable.
That's right. I'm completely bearable. I bear it all.
Ooh.
Damn right.
Yeah.
That'll be on the OnlyFans later this month. Bow. Chichugi. You gotta pay extra for that.
Yeah.
Now, if you had an OnlyFans, right?
Yeah.
How much you charging?
I don't know.
Well, give me your strategy.
Like $269.
$269.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Gotta get nickel and dime them a little bit.
I like the 69. You get those cents.
Exactly.
It seems very Jewish.
It makes sense. Yeah.
How Jewish of you.
Thanks.
How Jew of you. Cancel him. Canceled. Damn it.
No. I won't cancel you. It's fine. I give you the J word.
J approved.
Yeah. J approved. You're allowed to say it.
Yeah. I have a J here. That's J approved.
Oh, dude. I'll get you like a card. I'll get you like a little Jew, like a Jew card. Like.
Oh, nice. I can give them the Jew card.
Exactly.
Play the Jew card live on people. Like, yo, I'll be at the the thing arguing over price, and I'm just gonna I'm just gonna play the Jew card right now. So
free.
Yeah, pretty much a trump card on that one.
No, you can't use the trump card.
I know Trump card doesn't mean anything now because Trump sucks so much. It's like the Trump card. And everyone's like, it's just fucking cringe, dude.
Yeah, no, that's only when you grab her by the pussy. That's the trump card.
That is the trump card. That is the trump card. Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
All of us with
we don't need to get
with
into
daughters
and
moms, I'm sure we all love hearing the grab them by the pussy. So
yeah,
beautiful stuff right there.
Exactly. We need it. It's what makes life just so interesting.
That's funny. Yeah. Definitely a weird thing with the whole. We couldn't even put it in on gaming things.
Yeah.
Unlike GTA, a game about like shooting people and like being as un-PC as possible.
Yeah.
Shooting people, robbing shit, doing the worst possible like criminalities. And it's like, whoa! You can't say Jew now. I was like, Jesus Christ.
I know, right?
Settle the fuck on down.
I think it's funny. I hate admitting this on like live. Well, I guess it's not technically live, but like, I don't know. So I play League.
We're keeping it all in.
We're keeping it all. All of it. All of it. I play League of Legends and my name is the Juker.
The Juker.
And so many people are like, oh, your name's racist. I'm going to report you for that. And like, I've never lost my name. Like I can't. I don't know. Like I am Jewish.
Now when it's the Juker. Now explain that for people. What is that?
Oh yeah. So see, I really like.
You're not talking
Batman.
about like juking people.
No, I mean yes, I'm really good at that too.
Yeah.
But I really like Batman and the
Double
Joker. And so it's got it's a double entendre, right? That's the right word.
Yeah.
I like the Joker, and if you didn't know, I'm Jewish.
That's right.
And so if you put Jew and Joker together, you get the Joker.
That's right. So, everybody go and add him on League of Legends and report immediately.
Report. I need to stop playing it anyway, so like just report me, please.
Yeah, it'd be good for the podcast. He needs to be more focused.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I only play Earth now. It's fine.
Earth?
Yeah, Earth. Dude, oh my god, the song for it is great.
What is Earth?
So it's like it's a seal, and it's where all of your abilities don't cost mana, and they have like a super low cooldown.
Oh, okay.
So it's just like hyper league.
Something within League. Okay.
Yeah, it's like an extra game mode that they bring out. I mean, they should have it just consistently, but it's kind of nice that they like, change it every once in a while. It'll be like regular Earth where you get to like pick your champion, but for the most part they do it where it's all random, and so you don't really get to pick your champion. You get like a couple rerolls, but like you don't get to pick your champion,
Exactly.
which is nice. It makes you play different champions, makes it each game different, because otherwise everybody would play like the same four
doing the
people.
meta every time.
Exactly. Yeah. There's like 4 people on it that are just super broken, and you see that every game, and it's it just makes it not fun. So I get it. Yeah, dude. But the song, I'll have to show you the song because it's phenomenal.
All right, we'll put it on the list for later. There.
Yeah.
Yee, keep it yee.
Yeah, keep it yee.
Don't sue us. And
in all seriousness, though, fuck you, Kanye.
Yeah, that's Jew approved.
That is Jew approved. And if you do run Hollywood,
speaks for us all.
Yeah, if you do run Hollywood Jewish people, hit me up. Like, let me know, because I really want to do God of War. So please,
God of War, starring me as the next Kratos.
Yeah,
exactly. I can see it.
Yeah, I can see it.
I can see it. We'll rip it out,
dude.
Just CGI me some nice tits. Come on.
Exactly. Yeah. No, Kratos has some huge tits.
He does. He's got some nice bounces. Boom, boom, boom. You pop those bitches around.
They're just gonna ruin it, and I'm just so sad.
Play a little jig like in Wild West. The guy comes up, and he's like Will Smith. He gets caught, and it's the 1800s or whatever, and he's black, and he walks up to some chick, and he thinks it's his friend, who's they're like secret agents in the Western time type of thing. Secret Service agents kind of thing.
Oh, nice.
Working for the president.
Right.
And it's Will Smith and his buddy there. I forget his name, but he's a white guy, and he dresses up as a chick. He's a master of disguise. So Will Smith thinks it's him. He walks up to this fat, ugly chick dressed similarly to how his partner's dressed, and he's like, hey, boom, starts bopping around her titties. He's like, hey, how you doing? And of course, it's some chick, and some fat old white chick, and it's the 1800s, so they're immediately like the whole bar goes silent, and they're like, get him. Next scene, he's like strung up. They're about to hang him in the middle of the bar, and he's like, may I just say, I've come a long way, and in my country, it is customary to say hello. So, like, hey, how you doing?
Hey,
nice to see you. How's it going? To this day, that's one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen. Every time I see someone bopping tits around, I'm just like, how you doing? Nice to see you. Thanks for coming. Okay.
I bet she didn't smack him as hard as Will Smith slapped Chris Rock.
Woo! Woo! Speaking of Will Smith who slaps.
Yeah.
My God.
That shit slapped.
It most certainly did. That was something. Just wild, know. His whole thing with Jada's is it's very cringe.
Poor man.
Yeah. We all feel for Will. I feel like that's a very similar Johnny Depp and Amber Turd situation. Not that Jada's to the degree that maybe the turd is, but
I don't know. Maybe just in different ways.
Or at least she hasn't gone there yet publicly.
Fair. She hasn't shat on a bed, so at least
publicly. So
yeah.
We cannot confirm that she has shat on the bed.
Will Smith, please let us know.
Yeah, no, Will, type in some comments, box in. We want to know. Does Jada shit on the bed? If so, how much? What is the consistency? Call it we want details. We want names.
We would just want to make sure that she's healthy.
Yeah. That too.
Is it,
Sean wants to watch her do it, but I'm that's a different
Hey, we're all into some things.
He's like, yo, if it was good enough for Tupac, it's good enough for me.
Exactly. Yes. At least she's not doing it in a diaper.
Oh my God.
Did you like that flashback?
Yeah, that was a disturbing flashback.
I hope you all. No, we left that in. It's in there.
Yeah, definitely go and check out episode 4, Crooked Culprits podcast. That's a special episode. Diaper play, bad fetishes, and more. So,
oh gosh, yep.
Yes, there was some exploring, some spelunking.
Yeah. On that note, let's.
Yeah. Well, as far as other things that have been distracting as games go lately, things you've actually been doing. I know we did a little bit of the, Harry Potter, the new Hogwarts Legacy. Fucking, get them with the Leviosa, not Leviosa.
It's Levioso.
Everyone knows that. I literally just learned that because it said it, and I was like, "What's with the O?" I was like. But she's pretty clear, bro. Like she's like Leviosa.
It's because and
she's
this,
a little tick-tarded in that movie.
No. This won't spoil it either since you're
10,
not that far.
Remember.
But there's Levioso, which is the easy like first version of it, and then there's Wingardium Leviosa. And
I always thought it was Wingardium Leviosa.
Wingardium. It's
Wingardium.
It's Wingardium.
Well, when you're in New York, it's Wingardium.
Wingardium.
I'm out in the Wingardium.
Oh my god, it's the gameplay is just, even with all the issues that everybody's having, just so sexy. Do it.
I think it would give you just like a little teeny weeny burn.
Yeah. Well, maybe it'll get me ready for my tattoo.
Pod?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Oh yeah, nice. That's not too bad.
He was like,
yeah, nice. Oh, it is just a little burn.
Yeah. It's essentially like being burned by a lighter, but really focused.
Yeah.
And much smaller. So like it was probably gonna sting a little bit, just like on a tiny little spot.
Honestly, not too bad.
Yeah, worth it for the pod though. That was
absolutely.
very funny. I'd like to see that personally ran back a few times.
Yeah, well that could be our thumbnail. Just
do some video modifications, make it all electrical. Like it's fun. Give me a big taser bolt on the end. Looks like a cattle prod.
Yeah.
Yeah, I better.
This is not Jew torture.
No, not publicly. At least.
Jew on Jew electrocution.
Yeah, it's our word.
It's fine. It's fine.
Hey, if they can do it, we can do our own thing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's 100% okay.
Now I'm wondering if I'm going to be smoking Sean right here. Better let this thing.
You probably are.
Better let it cook off a little bit and see if I can get rid of
it. Just a little bit. It's not too bad. Honestly, like I freaked out a little bit more.
Smells
just
like
because...
Auschwitz in here.
No. That was funny. It smells like Auschwitz in here. Oh,
an Auschwitz scented candle. Damn.
And canceled.
And canceled.
Ben Shapiro is going to be really upset.
Bro, that first episode you had that Yamcha.
Yamcha?
Get out of here.
For Hanukkah.
Yeah, Hanukkah. Yanchi Hanukkah.
But it was more just like I don't know, like it just the zap, like it didn't hurt as much as I thought it would, but like the initial like amount just like kind of freaked me out.
It wasn't much of a zap, not much tingle. It was more of a burn, right?
Yeah. And it just like the zap part of it like made me like it just jolted. And that was like the fucking reaction of that, but it was not.
Man, I got some gag gum that you can zap yourself with. Should I go get that? Let you do it time on the show?
I think it's okay. I think I've gotten zapped enough for the podcast today.
I think my gag one's old now. You can zap it and think you're all hardcore. You're like, yeah, I'm pretty fucking tough. It's like 15 years old. Dude, it's like, don't toot your own horn.
I love those lighter ones. Do you ever have one of those?
It's the same thing, except it's a pack of gum with a thing sticking out, and you're like, here you go, and they touch the thing, and the gum is metal.
Yeah, dude,
that one fucking like, when it was new, that thing was. I remember a lot of my friends were like, ow, I think I did it once and was like, wow, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah, I know.
Over the years, I've pulled it out. Hey, and I've had a few people just like. Damn. But they like held it for a second. I was like, okay. But again, I think it's powered down now.
Fair enough.
I want to see somebody grab my taser and do that.
All right, that could be one of our skits. You could just shoot me with your taser.
Dude, I think it would make an excellent episode, man.
Hey, I've never felt getting shot by a taser, and I'm not really sure that I want to. But
you'd be security approved, and then if you ever have to be a security guard,
I have proof.
Yeah, no, and it's true. They actually like make you do that if you have to. For most security companies, if you're going to carry a taser, they make you get tased first.
Fair enough,
but like in a controlled setting and stuff, just like the army or the police do.
Yeah, well, because can't you like actually like have like a heart failure?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, okay.
Especially the actual ones that shoot the bolt. That's taser, which is a company.
Yeah.
A stun gun is actually it's counterintuitive. A stun gun is the one you just touch to somebody.
Fair.
Which most people think is a taser because a stun gun must be the one that shoots, which is not true. Taser is a company who makes the police one that shoots the bolts.
Gotcha.
And so, it's like saying Smith & Wesson, taser. It's a company, not a gun.
Okay, gotcha.
And,
okay.
yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
And, like I have the Taser Pulse model, which is like a handheld gun one.
Cool.
One that I actually sound like a Taser model over here. Hey, we're not sponsored, but we will take that sponsorship, Taser, if you'd like to be. We think you have an excellent fucking product.
I will get tased for a
Oh my God.
sponsorship.
Sponsor us so we can tase Sean. That would be, I mean, everyone at Taser is probably like, sign us up. Although they're probably tasing each other. They're in the office,
Yeah,
that's in the back of the head.
Work environment that I want to be. Gotcha, Jim.
Not even stun guns, they're straight up tasing each other.
Yeah, just at the office instead of like Nerf guns. They're just
but the models
gets
are
them
good.
in the eye.
They have the Pulse Mark II, which just came out. I don't use myself because it's got all sorts of tracking and stuff. But if for your moms or your girlfriends, makes a good Christmas present. You're not quite giving them a gun. You're like, oh, I don't know if you know how to use this, but here, because that's really only for people. It's like having a samurai sword. If you don't know how to use it, you might as well not have it.
Yeah.
The thing about the tasers, you don't have to worry about it. You can just shoot it. You don't have to when the cops come, it's like you already look like the good guy because you went out of your way to go and buy a $400 non-lethal thing, and they're pretty pricey for the real ones, but and they make cheaper models. They have ones that are more like a curved handle. But that's I don't know, maybe better for like somebody's mom or grandma, but I'm very used to guns, been shooting them my whole life, so I like that pistol grip, feels really good. I've seen a lot of bounty hunters, they'll use it kind of sideways and
kill shot,
because the way it works is you shoot the two prongs out, and then some models like the police models actually have two shots, but most of them only have one. The civilian models like mine has one shot, but while it's doing that, it's continuously tasing the dude that you locked onto the circuit down for 30 seconds. While it's doing that, the tip becomes a stun gun, even with the wires out of it. So say there's two guys, three guys, boom, you tase the first guy, hold it sideways, because that's just how I've seen the bounty hunters do it. Like a good, gives you a good grip into it. You don't this isn't as good.
You don't want to,
kind of can get out of your hand, So you whoom, jab it into him like that, whoom, and then
I love it when you jab it with two fingers.
Whoom, and then whoom. That's how I do it for the ladies.
In the womb.
That's right. In the womb.
I didn't need to know that. That's too much information.
That's brutal. But yeah, and so point is then you're stun gunning them, but most stun guns are $30 cheap pieces of shit. Or needs a battery, needs to be charged. Half the time they don't work, and if they do, a lot of people can get out of it. The one from Taser, that's a $400 stun gun now, so it works much better. The batteries are higher quality. It's reliable. Fair. I wouldn't want to give, my mom, grandma, girlfriend, any of my females that I know, a thing to protect themselves, and then it fails on them, right?
Yeah, no, it's not really. It's more worth it to get something that works.
Exactly.
You're buying quality.
And the cool thing about the Pulse Model 2 is it has all this tracking stuff. So when you shoot it, it instantly calls the police and sends a thing to your location, like a GPS thing. The police will show up.
That's cool.
One thing to be aware of is when you shoot them, even the ones without the tracking, they do have little pieces of paper that hundreds of little micro pieces of paper for evidence. So I wouldn't be using it to assault anybody, because they'll know you did it.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about Taser 2 is, what you're supposed to do is tase them, and the things hook up to them, and while they're being tased, you're supposed to just put it down and run away. That's why it lasts for 30 seconds. It's in order for you to get away.
Oh, cool.
It's not a lot of time, but it's enough time for you to get in your car, turn the keys on and leave.
Well, in 30
get in your house, lock the door, call the police, do whatever you need to do.
Especially in a situation like that. 30
Exactly.
seconds could mean life or death. I mean,
and the cool thing is when you put it down like that, Taser will replace it for free.
Nice.
But you have to have
you,
filed a police report.
Fair. I mean, understand.
Yeah, I don't want people just like, I want 5 free tasers.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and I mean, I could probably call 911 in 30 seconds at least, you know?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, you don't want to just be standing around, but, that's the whole reason. That's the whole thing is, you're supposed to just put it down and leave. I don't know how much I'm doing that, but, I'm also been a lifelong martial artist, and I'm coming to get you when you're coming at me. But, I don't want to shoot somebody I don't have to. And that's, that's why I got it, know?
That's good. I mean, you shouldn't be shooting people if you don't want to.
Very cool. And, the interesting thing about the tasers, another thing is a stun gun, the one that you just touched at people, that's technically pain compliance. So I've seen, like, on Cops and shit, like the TV show, they'll be like, boom, trying to tase a guy, like stun gun him. And sometimes they don't go down because technically stun guns are pain compliance. So like 95% of people are going to be like, and they'll be chilled out a little bit, but they could still like get you a second or two later. It's not really like going to like take them out. Like it can take out certain people. It could definitely deter them from coming at you again.
Probably take me out.
But it's not going to like take you out a lot of people, and especially people on like drugs, like on Cops, like especially like coke and meth for some reason. What it does to like the nervous system or something, it doesn't like affect them, because I've seen them like, and they're like hitting the cop and they're like moving like it's not even affecting them almost. And so that's the thing about a stun gun. With a taser, what it does is it shoots 2 bolts. One connects in 2 different spots. I believe the first one shoots level to the gun. The second one shoots a little lower. Either that or it's the opposite. So I know how to use it.
When we get sponsored, we can do it. We'll have the little paper that we can read.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
What's cool is they when that thing connects, it creates a circuit, like a round. That's why it shoots 2 prongs. They both have to hit you because it's got to create the circuit. Can't like one land.
Gotcha.
And so, but they literally are darts. They like shoot into your skin, and a lot of times you have to have them surgically removed. So like you just shot this dude with 2 darts. Then it's like electrocutes him. Almost, I don't think there's anybody that can not go down with an actual. I could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's actually like pretty much, as long as it functions properly, it's taking everyone out. There's no one.
So this is what you're shooting me with?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Just mentally preparing.
Well, it might be better to just do a little taser stun gun tap with it.
No, I want to be ready.
You want to fully go down.
As long as there's like a medical.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'd have to have a medic on staff.
Let's just go in front of like the hospital.
It might be safe enough to give you a quick little stun gun zing because I can control that. Fair. The danger is people doing it themselves.
Oh yeah.
Fucking retarded. I've seen them on like TikTok and shit and like online and like
they're tick-tarded.
Yeah, they're very tick-tarded. They press the thing and they go, and then they lock up and keep tasing themselves. It's like, that's a good way to die, you fucking idiot. I saw one where the guy goes up to his kid and they're like very like, I don't know how PC it is, but they're super white trash. And
whatever.
And the dude, we're white.
We're white. It's
we're
fine.
Jews. We're come at us, Kanye.
Yeah. Let's go.
But I don't even remember what I was saying about that.
That's fine.
But anyway,
tasers are cool.
Yeah, they are pretty
They're
neat.
good.
And you know what I mean? If you ever have to have a situation like I had some people actually like come out of the pool thing and like attack my house at like my old place, 8 of them were coming up and they thought they were in Call of Duty. They were strafing down the wall and I don't fuck around, so I jump over my bed within 2 seconds. I got my gun out, loaded, cocked, and ready for the guy to peek his head around and I would have popped him. But, their friends started going, oh, he's got a pistol and all that shit. And, it ended up being a big standoff where they knew not to fuck with me. And I was in my home. We're in Colorado, and essentially you can't invade someone's home in Colorado. You cannot defend your home outside. Like, if he was in my backyard, you can't just, go out and start shooting people.
Fair, yeah.
You can do that in Texas, other places. It's called defending the castle law, protecting the domicile, essentially. You cannot do that here in Colorado. If someone's out in your lawn, you call fucking police. But if they break into your home, it becomes what we have known as the Make My Day law, which my lawyer has informed me has not exactly worked that way. So do your laws before you need to act. You know, if you're gonna carry a gun, you should know the laws.
Absolutely,
And
100%.
you know, I don't conceal, but if I ever do, I will certainly brush up on all this.
They
stuff.
should do like an SAT for like gun.
They have really good classes.
Do they?
And they're cheap.
Cool. Do you have to take them?
You have to you have to pass like some little bit of a test, basically. But you don't have to take the classes, but you really should.
I think that should just be
a big part of them
laws.
is the law,
like,
and teaching you, because you don't want to use a gun to protect yourself or your family, and now you're the guy in jail.
Exactly.
Be the good guy with the gun. You know what
exactly.
I mean? And you know, these are with Marines and police and people that, you know, and that's the thing. You'd be surprised, but all police that I've told this situation to, did you have your gun? Oh, thank God. That's the police's reaction to me having my gun. I used it properly. I did not kill him. But, you know, if that little happy-ass motherfucker would have jumped over my fence and come in my house, he'd have been dead as a doornail, and they knew it. Well, but he was too proud, and he had his buddies watching, so he didn't want to, like, look like a bitch, essentially, and he was real drunk. You know, and so
drunk people do stupid shit.
But the whole point of the story is I got this guy at gunpoint, and he's like, they're fucking around, you know, like, what? Come out here and fight us one-on-one. I'm like, yeah, go out there, 8 of you, and fight you one of my fucking ass. You know, I'm like, come in here, I'll shoot you one by one. You know what I mean, motherfucker. You know, so fuck with me, I'll fucking show you what fucking time it is, real fucking quick.
Right.
But you know, that aside,
and that's why it's good to have good people with guns. Like,
yes, and then that's why I got the taser, because if I had my taser in that situation, I'd have kept my gun on the guy. I'd have been like, Allie, get the taser. Switch, lit that kid up like Static fucking Shock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You remember Static Shock from the 90s? Fucking classic. That's real DC right there. Y'all don't know who Static Shock is? You didn't have a childhood. Let me tell you something.
Dude, he was in Young Justice too.
I would love to see some
Young
Justice
new
shit.
Was actually pretty good.
If they have Static Shock, this is a live action thing?
No, Young Justice is still animated, but he's also later.
Yeah, like a Justice
League. He's
in
like it's like
Kids of the Justice League,
yeah, like Robin, and he's in charge of people.
That's
and like,
sick.
It's got a great story, but I think Static Shock only comes in at like season 4, because they do like the whole Blue Beetle series,
right.
Which, dude, I really hope that James Gunn does. Well, no, I think they're scratching Blue Beetle coming out. They were supposed to have that come out at some point in the next couple years, but with James Gunn taking over and everything, I don't even know.
Right, yeah, everything's upside down.
Dude, the Reach is so cool, and that's a great storyline. And I just would love them to do something different other than Lex Luthor or Doomsday or fucking Darkseid. Like, I mean, Darkseid's cool. We haven't seen enough of Darkseid. But, like, the scene in one of the... where he like took out Wonder Woman and Superman, and he's gonna kill Batman, but Batman's all like, I hacked your computer. And he's like, no, you didn't. He's like, he tells him his password, and he's like, okay, you're not gonna blow up a whole planet. He's like, fucking try me. Right. And he's like, all right, I fucking, like, I dig you. Like, you have the ball. Like, Superman wouldn't have done that shit. He wouldn't have sacrificed a planet. And so then he, like, beats Darkseid because Batman's just that much of a badass. Because, I mean, Batman probably would have done it, but he would have felt really shitty about it.
Batman was for sure a Ravenclaw.
Yes, 100%. Like Ravenclaw, Slytherin.
Well, he's like me, you know. He's see, like if I was gonna be the 3 houses, right? Let's get some Harry Potter nerdology for you, you know.
But you puff like a
I do, but I have to say that was the one I have the least coincidence with, because I'm just so forward and big, boisterous, like a big presence, you know.
Fair enough.
Which you know. And I'm very I try to be giving and look out for my people, and you know, when you're one of mine, I really look out for you. And you know, when you're you know what I mean, I look out for all my friends. Absolutely. And you know, anyone who's reciprocal to me, I always reciprocate.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
and
how things should be.
Exactly. And you know, so I like to think I'm the paragon a little bit. You know, I've always thought, like, being a strong person, you can go 2 ways. You can kind of oppress, or you can, like, you know, when I was a kid, we'd be getting into fights, you know, growing up, and it was like, you know, none of my friends were really tough, and I was the only one that could, like, really, like, stand up to people, and, like, I kind of became that, like, almost protecting force, you know? A lot of that is I'm, you know, around, spend a lot of time with girlfriends instead of just hanging out with friends, so I'm very protective in that way, protective of my mom, protective of women. but also like, of my friends too, because a lot of people just aren't fighters like that. And you know what I mean? Like, so I've always had like a little bit of a hero complex as far as like power goes, but I feel like I've always used my power for good,
Yeah.
I don't let people, push me around. I'll definitely check you and you're coming at me, but like, you know what I mean? I'm not the aggressor generally. I genuinely, I know it's oversaid, but I genuinely do finish shit. I don't generally start it. Like I might talk, but I'm not going to start the physicality usually.
You don't swing first.
Oh, and it even goes all the way down to my fighting style. I'm what, a lot of the striking wise, especially with my boxing, a lot of times you call a rubber fighter. Rubber fighter being like when you hit something, like imagine punching a big rubber ball, boom, and it's coming right back to you, right? And so that's kind of the thing about rubber fighting. I'm
rubber, you're glue.
Well, that's kind of the thing about rubber fighting is like, or being a rubber fighter with your striking is when what that means is when they're coming in and they hit you, it's kind of, you want that. Because I'm really good on my flinch and my slight head movement. So, even if you just catch it at the last second and you're able to glance it off, it might connect barely, but it's not going to do anything to you. And now you've overshot your balance. And unless you're an MMA fighter, if you're overshot your balance and you're here and I'm here, you are fucked. Because that's genuinely the thing with the rubber fighting. You could get down, eat the shot, kind of answer the phone a little bit, turn into it, and now you come back up, raise with that Mike Tyson hook, boom, or a nice elbow over the top. Get in some nice straight punch right from there. You're at all the advantage. Your opponent's off balance. It's a genuine counter punch. Counter shots in general is kind of the concept of rubber fighting in like a nutshell. You know what I mean? For the layman's kind of terms, without getting into fight science and shit. Yeah. But
I'm not really much of a scientist anyway. So
yeah. Well, they call me the scientist. I get in there with my tools, hit them with a little beaker action. But
breaking the beaker.
Yeah, but I've always thought fighting. That's how I've always seen it as more of a very cerebral sport.
Fair.
Not that everybody fights that way, but the fighters I love are usually very cerebral fighters. They're reading your moves.
Well,
you watch the way
chess.
John Jones picks people apart, and it's literally a chess match.
It is. It's a mental, because you don't know what the other person's gonna do. Like,
and that's why, I don't know, MMA is so much more interesting than boxing to me personally because.
Fair, I agree. It's the only sport
just,
I watch,
and it's more dimensional. Like boxing's so one dimensional. It's especially when they get on the ground. I mean, jiu-jitsu in itself is its own chess game. Putting it all together, that's the game, and that's the chess match, and that is just so cool, And even a lot of that, and when I say being a cerebral fighter, that doesn't mean when you get in the ring, I'm thinking, because that's what's going to get you caught. You can't just be sitting there thinking, but you think and practice, and the things you practice are what goes to your muscle memory, and those are the things you can use in the moment.
Yeah.
If you're not practicing this shit and it's not muscle memory, I guarantee you, the second someone swings on you, you freeze, Yeah. And it's what most people do, That's why most people get knocked out in 2 shots, Yeah. Fights tend to end pretty quick on the street, or get punched out and then they're done, But like, if you've never been hit in the face before, too, like it's shocking.
Only by a baseball.
Yeah, and that's the thing is a baseball is it could be similar to a real quick glancing, not like necessarily glancing blow, but more of a whack than a punch.
Yeah.
The punch it can be so much worse because it's got all the force. It's like getting hit by a train, like it drives through you. Mm-hmm. And that's generally what does the real damage, Yeah. We're actually pretty good at getting like bopped as humans.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a giant metal ball. If it was like a metal baseball, that thing's probably killing you. But like,
dude, it's wild like how just so like strong and like I don't what's the word of being like constructed, like you're not breakable, but like you are very breakable. Like
we're very tough and flimsy at the same time as human beings. It's pretty crazy.
Tough and flimsy work. Yeah, I as a writer I should know these words better. I don't fucking know, but it's just wild, like what people can do with their bodies that like some people just can't. But like the people that like jump off of buildings doing fucking parkour and stuff like that. Like it's just insane, like to be able to do some of that stuff and like survive, like if you fall or like, because they know, because they do it, they practice, they know how to fall. Because like if you don't know how to do that, you jump off a building and you're like, oh, I can totally hit the ground roll. You're gonna break your legs. You're gonna like, I mean, and you'll either break your legs or you'll just fall flat on your face, and then
I've seen too much of that in those Russian YouTube videos. I tell you, man, those Russians are fucking wild, man. Jump off a building straight into like 2 inches of snow. And they're like, yes, Nostrovia. It's like, holy fuck, shit, those people are tough.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. We are back.
See?
With
we were
vengeance.
back in a flash.
He was waiting for that one.
Faster than the Flash.
You son of a bitch. She was waiting for that one.
I know, I was. Hey, it's better than Ezra Miller, so it's fine.
He goes, hey, any bad Flash joke is better than Ezra Miller playing that character. Let me tell you.
I'm just saying.
That fucking guy up there looking like a...
No, she
up there drinking out of cups looking like a bitch.
Kinda,
he's a she now?
I don't even know. Like, what the fuck was that?
When I looked at you were like, dude, Google Ezra Miller, and I Googled it, and it was just like, I remember what this kid looked like, and like, he just seemed like such a normal looking dude. And just like, oh my God, it's like fucking...
It goes
making
like
Marilyn Manson look like a pimp over there with his shit, and it's like, yo, I love Manson, but like, yo, that dude's doing it wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's like he wants to be Manson, but like he's just doing it wrong, dude.
And he's like halfway psychotic. But anyway,
yo,
we don't have
and
to
not
talk
in the right
about
way.
No. Yeah,
I remember being at a Mayhem 1 here in Colorado. I think Mayhem 1 or 2. And
is that like a concert?
Yeah,
or like okay.
Mayhem.
Okay.
It was like
sounded like a metal.
It was
concert.
like Ministry, Marilyn Manson,
Nice.
like Trivium, like a bunch of
nice.
other
All
really cool bands and shit. But my favorite part was I was right up there in the fucking front. I had like front row fucking seats with my old roommate, and Manson is just in the front and he's fucking giving it to the crowd, and he's down there fucking us all, and I'm up there and I just like, yeah, and I start flipping him off and fucking like, but like loving it, like not like a flip off of disrespect, like a flip off of love, like it's metal. That shit was metal,
fuck you,
dude.
yeah.
And so I'm flipping him off. And he starts flipping me off. And Marilyn Manson's flipping me off. And I'm flipping him off. And he's just like fucking giving it to the crowd. And I was like, oh. It was like literally
we're fucking each other.
Dude, it was literally like the greatest moment ever. I like
That's pretty cool.
connected eye contact with fucking Marilyn Manson. I'm flipping him off. He's flipping me off. And it's just, we were both loving it. Like you could tell he was loving, because he was like, yeah. I don't remember what the fuck he was singing.
Fair.
I was like 14, but it was fucking awesome,
dude, my
roommate Brian was fucking flipping him off. It was so sick, dude.
That does sound really cool. Being like front row. The only time that I've ever like, I don't know, I don't really enjoy concerts that much anymore, but like the ones
to be fair, EDM concerts are more fun to attend than other shows, in my opinion.
Fair.
Like,
no, totally.
Because the other thing is like you're really there to just like watch them, as opposed to like EDM, you're there to just like have a good time.
Fair.
And the music
even,
is also
even like Decadence. Like I really just I don't
That's
know.
because you. To be fair, you had Decadence with your homies, which are not like OG rave kids. You need to have Decadence with me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and I liked the person that we were with, and she was with another person. So that.
That person.
Yeah, her.
She can eat a wombat. Oh, hey, oh,
but right. Fucking. But the first concert that
shout out to Big Wombat out there. No.
Big Wombat.
she like, damn, dude.
Yeah, right. Whatever.
Hey, we didn't say no names.
The first concert that I ever went to was Hollywood Undead. And it was at the Bluebird.
That's why you didn't like it.
No. That was my favorite concert ever. No, yeah, that's fair. I mean, their new stuff isn't great. Their old stuff was pretty good. I like their old stuff.
Hey, fair enough.
Hey, But I was like right there, and like J3T was like singing, and like I was so close. Like I'm short, but like I was able to like give him a high five.
Yeah.
We did like the thing,
Very
and he was like, yeah, and it was
very
awesome.
similar interaction.
Exactly. Yeah, no, and that's the only reason why I brought it up, because I was like,
Very
like
nice.
I kind of had that same thing. That was cool. Like it was the same. Like it was just them for like 2.5 hours.
You know what turned me off to Hollywood Undead when I was we were probably like young teenagers when that first came out.
Yeah.
And
very young teenagers,
or at least started like really blowing up. And
well, I was like 4, but no, I'm just kidding.
It's like, well, I'm 5 now, so
yeah.
But I just remember at the time I was really into like OG metal. Like I had this girlfriend at the time that was like, ugh, wish you'd listen to newer music, because like I was listening to just like Ozzy Osbourne and Led Zeppelin. And
you introduced me to a lot of good metal and like
I mean, and like kind of classic rock, classic sort of metal, that kind of stuff. The kind of like metal that evolved into like modern rock and all those kind of things. Like I really was into that. So, like me being like a massive like Ozzy fan, the second I heard that one Hollywood Undead song, what is it? What's the song?
Fucking Undead. It's literally
Undead. It's like their fucking flagship song.
Yeah.
So it's like the song that everyone would hear, and it was like on the radio, and it starts off with the Crazy Train riff, almost note for note, if not note for note, and it's like and I'm over here like, Crazy Train? and they don't say remix, they give no props. So to me, unless they bought that song, which they might have, because I don't know how you do that without getting sued. Right. Either you call it like a remix. I mean, there's other ways to go about it, but that was borderline. And for me, I was just like, come up with your own riff. Like as a musician, like if you really like a certain thing, like base a riff off it.
And mention it or well,
I mean, unless it's so far from it, like if you go like something like that, that's maybe like that's okay, well, that's not fucking Crazy Train anymore.
Yeah.
Like, sure, you use like the first 4 notes and then you change it. I think the actual ASCAP, like BMI, and I'm not super clear on this, but what I've heard in the past from other musicians is it's essentially like 5 notes in a row. So it doesn't have to be that much to be like the same, to be essentially qualified as like copyright. And so like, right. And it really depends. Like, if you can tell it's like so far from the thing and you just play the first 3 notes in like a completely different fashion and different time signature. But if you're playing like 5 notes in a row, I believe or maybe it's 5 sections in a row. It's something kind of weird, but like there's like a certain amount of the song that, like if it was like 3 notes, you could play just about any song. But like over 5, you got to start being careful. How was it played? When did it sound like? What key are you in? This and that, all sorts of other stuff,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I didn't even recognize that until you told me like a couple weeks ago.
I know, dude. I played it for you, and you were like, and then at first I played Crazy Train, then I played that, and you were like, oh, and I was like, dude, that's what I was saying like 10 fucking years ago.
Dude, right past.
14 years ago, I was like, geez, man, what is that? I just couldn't do it, And that's the thing, I was just so like, it wasn't like everybody knows Crazy Train, but I like legit listen to Ozzy Osbourne like all the time. That was like my music. Like I had that girlfriend who was like, why can't you listen to newer shit? I'm like, this is the great shit, And
yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, definitely interesting thing there. So segueing into our next thing here, I'm gonna take a little roast with my electric taser lighter here.
Just every time you smoke, you can just get me ready for my tattoo. Just do it like different air. I kind of thought you were gonna do it. I was like, oh, okay.
You were like, all right, man.
I'm ready.
Yep.
Let's go.
That's funny.
Brand me. I'm yours.
Can't be Brandon J's on the podcast, man. Can't be Brandon J's.
That's just with numbers.
Yeah, maybe if you were a different kind of person, different ethnicity. Can't be Brandon J's.
All right.
Can't do it.
All right. That's fair. That's fair. We won't brand J's on the podcast.
You put like 3 like omegas on them. Kappa, beta, omega, omega, omega. You look at it after, you're like, there's 4 of them and they look like a swastika. You're like, oh, God.
How could I have done this?
You're like, how's it look? I'm like, pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, it was a good idea. Yeah, that's fine.
This was a great idea.
Yeah.
fucking, Crooked Culprits episode 5. Woo!
Yeah, let's just
Hey,
let's
it's a
brand.
milestone thing. We
It
gotta
is.
brand you now.
Exactly.
I'll try to etch something cool in you.
Yeah, dude, I'll get if we like.
That's funny. If I were to etch letters in you with this thing being about that big, it would look literally like Auschwitz letters.
It would be. It would be.
It
awful.
would look like the. Okay, moving on. That's pretty good.
Episode 5. Racism. Let's
go. Yeah, we want you to take clips of Sean and put everything he says out of context and make him look really racist.
Please.
like they did to Bert Kreischer on in the
Yeah.
first few episodes of Two Bears. They had a whole episode where they played people's things of it, and it was so fun. It was great.
That's awesome.
You know?
I'm down. Like you can't pull me down. Again. Oh my god. But yeah, no, it's exciting. This has been a really fun, challenging 5 podcasts, and I'm excited to keep.
It's
going.
a milestone. We've hit our 5, and that's a big step. We got new mics.
Yeah,
we're trying to run the audio in a better way. Really managing our
got the
equipment
camera a little different.
Yeah,
we're still looking sexy. My beard sucks.
Playing with some stuff. Maybe not pointing the camera right at my nuts.
Yeah, that was
You were
a
loving
little.
that.
Dude, I was editing it. I was just
you wouldn't
like,
be the first
I was
to
like,
focus on
dude,
my nuts all
it's just
day.
like it was just the mic was your dick, and I was like. Yeah, like drooling. I was like, that's why it took me so long to
put it in
edit
my
it.
mouth, dude.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, like, gee, is that real?
It does make a lot of sense. It's taking a while.
yeah, exactly.
Very good.
Yeah,
Very good.
But yeah, no, it's cool. I'm excited for more.
Man, beautiful, man. Me too.
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
Love you, buddy.
Love you too, my man.
All right. Ooh.
Sorry, we'll cut that out.
Cut that out. Cut that out. Keep it in.
Yeah.
Keep it in.
Nevada. Take that out.
Nevada.
Take that out.
It's fucking good. So yeah, I heard that there was some pictures,
just one.
I heard there
just
was
one.
some young Sean I needed to see.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I gotta.
Young Sean.
All right. Yep. So this was I think it was like it had to have been sophomore year of high school. Me and my friend, who I had a crush on for a long time. I don't think she ever knew, or she just didn't care, which was fine. But
it'd be like that sometimes.
It does. I was very just like unobservant for most of high school too about that shit. So, it is what it is.
Amen. More time to kiss buttholes now.
Exactly. It helps if I actually go to my profile and
That's very tight butthole. It's very tight butthole.
All right. I think it's in the photos of me because there we go. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Pull it up.
Show
me the magic, baby.
This is beautiful.
I want to see it.
3, 2, 1. There you go.
Oh, wow. All right, we're putting this one up on screen for you. This is my personal viewfinder here. Yep. Oh, wow, that's really good.
Dude, I was
Hitler's Youth.
Hitler's Youth. I found that in the library.
And there is the exact hoodie I have.
No, yeah, exactly. I told you. I was like, I have that hoodie.
That is so funny. Helix.
Dude, I think I was wearing, you can't see. I always wore pajamas in that hoodie, so I looked homeless, but
that is legitimately that's so funny. It's a great, comfortable hoodie, man.
It is. No, it was phenomenal.
I sold many a weed in that hoodie.
Nice. I did not.
Bopped a couple people on the back with a padlock, like you gotta do what you gotta do.
What you gotta do. But yeah. I thought I was in the library with my friend that I liked, and she put on that you won't get this if you don't know Sean, or some shit like that, and yeah, it was really fun.
That's great.
Yeah.
Fucking Hitler's Youth.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we found your new profile picture for J-Date.
Oh yeah, right. It's totally looks like me exactly. I don't look like I'm 12 or anything.
So how's that been going? You get any matzo matches or?
No.
Ain't no big J honeys trying to get at you.
No, like I said, I'm the only Jew in Castle Rock.
Right.
Like it's
That's a fact, yeah.
I have to drive like 80 miles. It's just that's just white people
to get to the nearest Sinagwiggy.
Yep.
Sinagwig.
No, yeah, it's I stopped with the dating app. I don't like that shit. It's just. I don't know. It's just not how I want to like meet somebody,
Yeah. Once you got there and that guy pulled out his cock and it was like 13
right?
inches
Yeah.
long,
No, I was like
more than I
bit
off more than you could chew.
If it was like 8, then like I could maybe do that. But like
more
13,
than you could chew. Yeah.
Dude, my
your eyes were bigger than your mouth that day.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. I mean, it was bigger than my head. Like
it's a fucking
head
classic.
Was bigger than my head.
It's like a fucking classic.
Classic.
All right.
But yeah, no, that's
excellent, man.
Right.
That is so funny. Yeah, you definitely got like a I'm 12 type of a look going on.
Yeah.
The
but I was like 14.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Or no, I was 15. I was 15.
Oh, that's it. You was a pussy.
Yeah.
Forget it. No, I'm just
fair.
kidding. No. It's an interesting picture. It's definitely the star of the show.
No, it is. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's a young picture of me.
So what the fuck was with that? Did you have that in the? That was on the shelf.
It was on the shelf, and I was looking through because like we had to find like some book or something for like a class. Like I think it was like a history class, and so I was in like a nonfiction section.
So is this more of a biography on the book Hitler's Youth? Because I thought there was a book Hitler's Youth that was like supplied to little Nazis and stuff.
I didn't even read it. I literally grabbed it. We took the picture and I put it back on the shelf. I didn't even look at it.
You felt a lot of very anti-Semitic energy coming from the book.
I was like, this is too much. This is too much.
It's doing too much.
Yeah, even holding it burned my hands. It was just too much. That's why I'm holding it the way I am,
That's a riot, man.
So I hope you enjoyed my Hitler
classic.
Youth.
Very good.
I used to look pretty. Now I don't, so it's fine.
Oh, yeah. No, come on. We like the Sean Wick look.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're getting ready to film Sean Wick. Look at him. And Lob Stark. Spoiler alert.
I don't even
Lob
think,
Stark coming at you.
I don't know if I have any good. Dude, here's when I broke my nose. There you go. That's a good picture, kind of.
What happened to you there?
That was when I got hit with the baseball. Yeah. That was, my eye was all closed and my nose was broken. Like, see, it was like, it's all, kind of
Where did you get hit with a baseball?
At practice. I talked to you about this on like the last podcast.
Jesus.
Yeah, I fucking took a ball to the face, and it was St. Patrick's Day. Literally, I think.
I'm sure I made a joke about that.
March 17th.
Taking balls to the face over there.
You did.
You did.
Trust me, you did. Oh, and then,
I would.
dude. And then, okay, so I didn't tell you, but like afterwards, I went to school after they fixed it and everything. I went to school, and one of my good friends there, who was a year older than us, I like was walking around to my classes to get my homework, and she like saw me, and so she came up behind me and went like this and was like, "Guess who?" And I just like dropped onto my knees and was like, "Shelby." And she was like, "Oh my God," and then like looked at my face and was like, "Oh my God." I was like, "Thanks." Just like a tear. It's like you didn't need to do that. It was kind of funny. It was a good time. We're having a good time.
Was that when your nose was broke?
Yeah. Literally the day after I broke my nose, I went to school to get all my homework, and she like came up behind me and was like,
got you right on the
dude,
area?
Oh yeah, no, she put her hands came up behind me and went like that. It was like, "Guess who?" And I just like dropped, was like, "Oh." Like, why would you do this to me? So I'll put that one up too. We'll have that there.
Sure.
Yeah,
She beat up Sean. I like that. Young Sean and then beat up Sean for you.
Exactly. Yeah. This was outside of the Hollywood Undead concert, looking like a pimp.
Oh yeah, you have to put that one up.
Yeah, I got you guys. Yeah, I forgot that I had all these like good young pictures of me, but might as well. Again, bring that shit back.
Did you steal somebody's mother's fur coat there?
You know, actually, I don't remember who's in it.
It was for sure somebody's mom's.
Well, I think it was somebody in line or whatever, and they because I don't remember. I don't know why I had the cane either. Like, it was a weird day, but it was a lot of fun.
Very nice.
You know, I liked it. It was
very nice.
It was a good time. It was a good time. It was a great time. It was the best of times. It was the best of times.
We were the best of friends. It was the best of times.
Yeah. Oh, and I found. Oh no, I got rid of it. Never mind. It's fine.
Beautiful.
It was just me holding a vodka bottle at work.
Oh yeah.
It's
You
okay.
got some vodka pictures?
Just one.
Need to be seen.
I found it in the Whole Foods like trash can, so I like held it up while I had like a broken wrist. It was great.
That's from my alcoholic phase.
Yeah, dude. Fuck Whole Foods, dude. Even before they were bought by Amazon, my manager, I went and got my wisdom teeth pulled, right? And like that sucks and everything, and so they wouldn't let me like miss work.
And this isn't where you got robbed, right?
No. Oh, I mean, we could talk.
Well, I was gonna say we'll go into that one next.
Yeah. All right.
Hard hitting journalism.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and so I like got my wisdom teeth pulled, and my manager was like, well, you have to bring in a doctor's note of like that day. And so my mom drove me to work, and I walked in with blood drooling on my face, just fucking morphined out, and like was like, here's my doctor's note, and like left.
Wow.
Like I was like, really, you're gonna make me come in all fucking high and like bleeding? Like literally I was bleeding like a drool. Like I couldn't feel my mouth. Like, yeah, it was ridiculous. No, and so I worked for Schwann's.
Schwann's.
Sean, the Schwann man. And yeah, they their system sucked.
Girl, let me tell you about
they're
my
now
Schwann.
yellow, like YELLOH, like
Yellow.
yellow. How you doing?
Yellow.
You know that some old fucking white dude was up at the top, and he was like, you know what would be really good if we just named ourselves Yellow, like, you know, when you answer the phone.
I was gonna say no. What happened is right before the meeting to pick it, someone called it. He called someone and they were like, "Hello," and he was like, "Oh, that's it.
That's it. That is our name.
Write that down, Virginia."
Yeah,
His
no.
secretary he sexually assaults every now and then. For Jesus.
No, yeah, for Jesus. It's
For
fine.
Jesus.
But yeah, I was working for Schwann's, and I went to a place where I wasn't supposed to go because the dude hadn't lived there for months, and their system never updated. So I was trying to get this guy his food. He kept ordering. It would take me there. He'd never be home. And like, it was just this whole thing, and their system sucked. And so I was there this one time, and I was like trying to call him. I finally figured out like where he was, what the confusion was. And I was like, okay, give me a couple minutes. Like it'll take me 10, 15 minutes to get over there. I'll be there. And as I like got off the phone, I just hear this tap, tap on the window. And I look over, and it's just this kid with a fucking gun just pressed up against the window. And I was like, well,
Wait. He pressed it up sideways?
yeah, he was like, and then he was like, you know what to do.
He didn't like point it at you?
No, I mean, he did after he like.
After he put it sideways?
Yeah.
That's such a weird thing to do.
I don't know.
I mean,
he
I
was,
get it.
He was
but,
showing me that he had a gun. I don't know. But yeah, and so I like opened the door, and he pointed it at me like mid, like where my legs were. Pretty much. So like it would, if he did shoot me, like it would have been there.
Assuming you didn't just like lift
right?
up.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was kind of going back and forth. And like he was close enough where like I probably could have like hit the gun, but like why? Yeah, exactly. And so he was like, "Give me all your money," and I'm like, "Dude, like
you'd be like the bad self-defense instructors online and shit."
yeah. Where you like flip it?
He's like, "This is fucking."
yeah, I got it. yeah.
And then the fucking, you know, I remember Moist Critical Charlie, you know, he went down there with his team, and they did the one thing with the one guy, and you know, a few of them ended up just turning around and like boom, 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 and like you know, and like he had a few good tips, but like it's funny because Charlie went with himself, his medium-sized friend who's like 6'2", doesn't really know anything, but Charlie's like your size or a little smaller even, you know, so he's a smaller cat. Right. And then he had like his big friend who was just kind of a normal average dude, kind of like Charlie but big.
Okay.
And then so maybe like medium difficulty. And then he brought his friend in who was actually a little skinny dude, but it was like supposedly like some kind of, he was literally like, I'm not at liberty to say, like he's like some kind of like spec ops like trained sort of guy. Okay. But like this little dude, but still like you could tell by the movements and things, this kid knew what the fuck he was doing. And like, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, it doesn't work on people that know how to do it. That's like when I was at this this convention one time and they were talking about Aikido, which is literally listed as a art, more of a dance, because it's not a martial art. Sorry, Aikido people, come at me. I'll come to any Aikido gym with a few years of MMA training. I mean, like 5, but not consistent, right? I will come in with a few years worth of MMA training, like serious places, and I will shred every single person in your gym. There's just, you can't hang with those kind of techniques. And I'm not saying like the weakest person couldn't beat the strongest Aikido guy couldn't beat the weakest MMA guy, but that's just a matter of like someone that was going to beat you no matter what you knew, kind of a thing, you know.
Fair.
Anyway, it's not a martial art. And the reason I say that is because it's dangerous. It's very dangerous to say, oh, it's a martial art. It gives you false confidence. And then when you get into an altercation with somebody, you start doing this shit and then fucking just doof you into the tomorrow. And, you know, that shit doesn't work. And so I went up on stage in the heat of my training, by the way. I'm in fucking excellent condition. I was ready to fight at like 155 or, you know, in the 170 range, you know, walking around at like 160, 155. But like, well, walking around like 170, but I could have got down to that if I wanted to like really do some MMA stuff. So I'm in literally fighting shape, close to fighting weight. And I'm shredded. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I go up there and I'm like, you know, they're doing this demonstration. And I said, you know, they're doing the arm thing, showing you what they do. And I'm like, this is very basic stuff. But I just said, well, what if I don't let you do it? And he was like, huh? And I said, to try. So I held my arm out like this and the kid's fucking... Well, hold on. And after like 5 minutes of futzing with it, I went like this. He's holding me. Oh. So after 5 minutes of futzing with it and just like not letting him do it, and he's trying his fucking damnedest, he's trying to, and go back. And so I just start I'm not trying to scare anybody here. I'm just like, I want them to know. Because these guys are on stage giving a demonstration with their little sensei over there, probably steaming angry that I was doing this, you know, because I'm literally making them look like fools in front of a whole convention. And they're up there, and you know, the guys doing it. Like so I keep my arm stiff. I don't let them move it, and then I go, now what if I do this? Boom, 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 boom. And the look on the kid's face was like, holy shit. Didn't think this was gonna happen. Not because I'm literally moving this quick. I was not aggressive moving. Fair, yeah. Because I'm not there to be like, look at me. Yeah. It was just like, I was just like, what if I don't let you do it? I mean, dude, if I show you a jujitsu technique, a judo technique, a wrestling technique, it's gonna fucking work. If it doesn't work,
you did it wrong.
Yeah, I'm not a fucking huge dude. I'm maybe slightly above average size, you know what I mean? Or, you know, I mean, I'm like 5'11", 200 pounds right now, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I have wide shoulders and stuff, but like, still, like, there are, you know, a massive amount of people that are way fucking bigger than me. So if your shit, and all my techniques work on them, so if your shit doesn't work on me, what the fuck are you doing? And I have a pretty funny thing I told him at the end of it, you know, and basically, so after I did the little motions to the kid, he kind of stopped and was like, well, you know what? It just doesn't work on people that know how to fight. And I was like, so you're it's a martial art that's trained to not work. It only works on people that don't know how to fight. Now, if your martial art only works on people that don't know who to fight, who are you training for? Well, Aikido would be the best martial arts to beat your wife with. It's like, right? It's like, who the fuck else are you fighting with this shit? With this, you know, you're fucking, it looks like you're fucking like abusing a woman. It's like, that is not a martial arts. Yeah, so Aikido, best martial arts to beat your wife with. You heard it here, folks.
You heard it here, folks.
But, you know, if you want to learn to defend yourself, I go out there and learn some jujitsu. I don't care what size you are, woman, man, anything. You don't want to get hit. This is a great thing for you. They're going to teach you how to get away from those kind of things.
I think most people should just learn jujitsu.
Jujitsu is for everybody.
Yeah.
Whether you're a big guy and you're tough, it can be very intense, like football practice, or it can be, you could be 67-year-old woman and you could go in there and have a more relaxed session. But let me just tell you, someone ever comes at you, you're going to be 10 times better off than you would have. It's the art of using leverage as a small person to gain advantage, and not necessarily as a small person, but if you are, that's one of your only options, because those big people are going to get you down there real quick.
Yeah.
Especially if they're that much bigger than you. You just got to know it's going there.
Yeah.
And, certainly not blaming any victims here, but like if any, if a lot of the people who have been victimized with, abuse and, assaults and sexual nature or not, if they would have known some of this stuff, and maybe it could have been prevented, and teach your kids jujitsu. That's my 2 cents.
Totally.
And if you want to learn some striking, there are some very good things out there. Kempo karate is pretty legit. I would always recommend Muay Thai. Get the art of the hands and the legs, knees, elbows. You're using everything you want to know. You don't have to use it. Oh, elbows are dirty, or some people say, but.
If you're in a real fight,
don't use it if you don't want to use it, but you should know how to.
Yeah.
It's like being a gun guy, but I don't know how to use assault rifles. It's like, well, what if you had to use it? Well, theoretically, I disagree with that. It's like, no. You should know how to use everything and then choose to do what you want after that.
Yeah, no, it's having that knowledge. That's
like,
why
I'm more of a striking guy, but I know, I always believed in training in your weakest point, not your strongest point.
Yeah.
So after I felt after a few years, my striking was like level I could go pro with, like pro amateur, and like do some, very low level stuff, but get started with it. It's I knew I had to train my jujitsu because it's not natural for me. But like, somebody takes you down, especially when I was thinking about perhaps going pro am or something like that. It would have been like, you know what I mean? I'd have been getting fucking taken down and fucking schmooted out, by the first jujitsu guy. So kind of thing you just got to get ready for. You should, no matter what you're doing, be ready for anything.
Yeah, well, I mean,
just like Professor Pibb said.
Yeah.
We may only be going in the book to find, we may be only be going in the library to find the book, but we need to be ready for everything. That's the quest I'm on in Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that Pibb? Mr. Pibb? I swear to God, it's Pibb. It's Pibb. Pibb. It's Mr. Pibb.
Mr. Pibb. I don't
Whatever.
It's professors.
I like him.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And we're on this. I'm on this quest, and he's basically he's like.
I do like him. He's a great character.
Yeah, he's very cool.
He's pretty fun.
I hope he doesn't turn out to be like Voldemort at the end of it. But
anyway, that would suck. Yeah, he's like the actual.
But
bad
that would
guy.
be fucking epic.
It would be a great twist.
Yeah,
it would be a really good twist. But really,
don't spoil that shit if you
right. Yeah, I haven't gotten that far.
Hopefully, by the time this airs, we will have gotten through most of it.
But yeah, the dude like robbed me for like $20, and I just I just gave him $20. Like, I have all this food.
What an asshole,
dude! I know, right? I was like,
he must have felt like such a cunt. I just pull out a gun for $20.
Right, yeah. Well, thankfully, I didn't have my wallet that day, too. So, like, I only had my work wallet, and we only had a little bit of cash because of situations like that.
Right.
And it happened right before COVID. And so, like, it kind of all worked out with just like getting my like not being in a job, like just everything. Like, I was able to write, and it kind of helped me get to the point. I was able to buy all of this equipment and everything, and it was really cool. It was a bad situation, but it blossomed into a lot of better things.
Well, as one door closes, others tend to open.
Yeah. Yeah, as shitty as it is, like, I know COVID was hard for a lot of people, but like, I have to say, like, COVID was
worked out well for you,
dude. It was my favorite time being alive. Like,
wow.
I know that it sucks for so many people.
I wouldn't say that. It was hard for me having to be in that long, and
I mean,
I really was trying to keep people safe, and I chose to take that upon myself to eat the eat the suffering rather than cause it to someone else. Was my thinking.
I didn't go out. Like I still like, because my roommate, she was very immune compromised, and so I stayed inside. I did everything that I was supposed to do. Like I took it seriously, but I was able to write. I finished my God of War script.
Sony, buy that shit.
Sony, come on.
Sponsor the podcast, Sony.
Yeah.
Well, fucking PS5. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I was able to
But until you
write,
do, Xbox, motherfucker. All right.
I don't know. Like,
changed my mind.
Was able to do so many things that I wanted to do that I couldn't do because I was constantly working and trying to survive, because before that I was in school, and then with Schwann's, like I was working like 60 hours a week. Like it just, there wasn't a lot that I could have done.
Yeah, I definitely see what you're saying.
Yeah,
I couldn't quite relate to loving the entire duration of the big COVID part, because it actually, you know, me being a live sound engineer, which is what I do for work, with music and corporate stuff. Yeah, I could not. So it literally took me out of the game. But that being said, much in the way that when you got robbed, like kind of like blessing in disguise, it gave me the opportunity to step back and look at things now that we're kind of 3 years later and COVID's around, but it's much milder and it's really safe to go out unless we
saw a fucking like cure for it on
right. Yeah. Unless you're old, it's pretty much safe to go out at this point. And, now going back in, if COVID didn't happen, it gave me unique perspective, because I was so hardcore in my audio engineering gig that I, if COVID didn't happen, essentially, I would still be doing that right now, and that would mean I wouldn't have time to do this podcast, and it would have been hard to finish my album, Elevated Dynamics, stuff dropping soon, definitely be a more difficult sort of thing to understand. So essentially, if COVID didn't happen, I would be locked into corporate gigs still. And the thing about that is, where I am in audio engineering, being one of the youngest successful freelance A1s in Denver, A1 level engineers, I can essentially go anywhere in the world at any time, even if I barely spoke their language. As long as I can understand them, I probably need to be able to speak the language, but anywhere in the world that speaks my language or has someone that can speak my language to translate, I can do audio anywhere. I could take that shit anywhere, give them a call. I'm freelance. I have a reputation. So it's not like, I used to work for this guy, now I'm converting. No, I have years of successful gigs. That experience really allows me to kind of go back into that when I need it. And so being a younger dude, approaching 30, I want to be able to do this while I still can,
Fair, yeah.
And be like, experience that basically shoot for the stars while I'm young enough to still, So COVID felt like it held me back for 3 years in the prime of my like mid-20s. And now entering like my late 20s, coming back into it, I'm not going right back into that. I can essentially walk into corporate audio wherever I want, like not to be like tooting my own thing, but like it's literally like
you worked hard
any
for that.
day I want to walk in anywhere, I'm working next week.
Fair.
And the second I say that, it comes and it comes and it comes, and I'm good at marketing myself. I've been doing it for years. I know these people. These are connections I have. It's the entertainment industry. It's all about who you know. How did you do it? How do you wheel and deal? If this was Fallout, your charisma stat needs to be above a 7 to pass the speech check. So and it's just that kind of thing. So I'm thankful for it in the respect that it let me it's letting us do this now.
Yeah, same.
This is a real career choice. This isn't something I'm taking lightly. I'm trying to convert. I was just a musician and a engineer before, both live sound and producing engineer, and that's very multifaceted. I play a lot of instruments, and that's a very fun thing. But it's all music related, all live sound, all production, and I love production. This is still, I guess, production, but in a different way. Like, this is something that's creative on a different level.
Yeah.
And it's so fun. And you know what I mean? I'm really trying to convert that into trying to add like aspiring comedian, maybe not like stand-up comedian, but like for now.
Yeah.
But like, you know, more of a podcast comedic personality sort of a range, you know?
And like you said, like we're still just in our late 20s. Like we do have the world as our oyster, you know? Like,
and, you know, 10 years, 15 years from now, we'll still be able to crank doing those things. But starting 10 or 15 years from now,
it's harder.
Much harder, if not impossible almost. Not impossible, but like you're really fucking shooting for the stars there.
Yeah.
And you don't have time to become successful.
Yeah.
And so,
well, yeah, because you probably have kids, you have a wife,
exactly,
you got
and you
things
travel, and so
travel,
you know, before I have kids and a wife and all that, you know, the thing is, once you have it already rolling, that's different.
It's easier,
that's part of your career. You're making money from it.
Exactly. Yeah.
But when you're really trying to get it off the ground, that's something that can only be really done now, as reasonably.
Yeah.
It was a unique opportunity, and it's given me the chance to see that, and so.
And we get to hang
you know,
out
my
a little bit more.
my DJing, that's right. My DJing, my producing, my you know, live sound engineering, but more for concerts and less like corporate events and stuff like that, which I've always done, but you know, a lot of times that's music at a corporate thing or this, that, or you know, sometimes it's concerts, but when it is, it's typically not the money. So the reason most audio engineers do corporate is because all the money lies in the corporate stuff, you know? If you can put on the suit and talk to the client and play the game and you're meeting with fucking the head CEO of Nabisco and you can mic him up and have him go, wow, that guy was awesome. That's really what the job entails. It's a different thing. It's a weird job. You really, you know, you could take 7 years of school, come out, and you'd be at square one where I was when I started when I was 18, knowing dick about engineering, only that I was a musician and I had sound guys for years, but now I was the sound guy, and so it was kind of the natural progression into actually making money.
Fair, yeah.
And you know, I love that, but I would still be doing the money thing, doing a lot, mostly corporate, because that's, again, I want to make money if I'm working, and
fair, yeah.
You know, it just gives me the opportunity to be the artist while I still have the chance. Be on stage as Elevated Dynamics.
Yeah.
You know, DJing as well as, you know, my producing and original stuff. So that's DJing, that's producing, essentially being a music artist, collaborating with other people. It's awesome, you know, and that's something that, you know, eventually I am going to have to take that corporate position, and I want to be able to live out that dream while it's still a reality.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's been awesome, man.
It has been.
I'm excited to ride this journey with you further, brother.
Ride it.
Fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you, I'm out. Fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you, I'm out. Still waiting on that heifer, Julio. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.